Okay, this is the second plane we're taking up. No, a third plane today. This is a slow flyer that was given to me by a friend of mine. And these were originally free flight models from the 30s, 40s, 50s. And basically you had a glow engine with a timer and you throw this thing up in the air. And it's, as you see the way it's made, it's got a lot of dihedral and polydihedral. So that's your dihedral, polydihedral at the end of the wing. And these were free flights before radio control ever existed. Oh, I better fix this before I screw it up here. So anyways, I'm going to tell you a bit of a backstory on this thing. You're going to laugh. So a couple of years ago, I was flying. I had my other friend I was flying with here. And I was flew this thing all the time. It flew great. And I kept it in my little shed over there. And came to fly it. And couldn't fly this plane if my life depended on it. I don't know what would happen to it, but I just couldn't get it up in the air. It kept on flying tail heavy, and previously I flew it no problem. But what happened is, some mice made a nest in this thing, and they were living in the back of the tail here. There was like 2 or 3 mice. They were living in the tail, and of course when they're back there, well, the plane's darn tail heavy and I couldn't fly it. So when I looked inside, I could see a nest in there. So I had to cut a hole, eject the mice out of there, and I got this bounce because he kind of urinated. It's not so bad. It's not so bad now. But it was weird. I never had that experience today. Never had that happen to me. But it was kind of funny, and you don't see stuff like that. It's nature's nature. So that's an old fly. It's called a Hornet. I don't know if it is called a Hornet. I don't know what it is. So we're going to take this thing up, and I think I'll be able to hold the camera in the air. See, this thing's seen better days. All the covering the back is starting to peel off. Anyways, it is what it is. So we're gonna see if we can get this thing going here. We're gonna check the camera. I'll come back and hold the camera later on and see how it goes. Anyways, we're gonna get this thing taxiing out. And basically it's rudder and elevator. So you got elevator and rudder and throttle. That's it. No wind. You can get this thing up in the air, hopefully. Elastic bands are not going to fall off. No mice. I do have my FPV camera here. I could turn it when I want to, but that's not even hooked up right now. So I'm just going to get it up in the air and see how she goes. I'll grab the camera and go from there. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to get it up in the air here. And we're going to grab the camera. And there it is. Maybe throttle back a bit. Now so right now, I'm not even moving it. Just to say I'm moving the rudder. Elevator's trimmed right on. Look at that, man. That is amazing. So when I do bring some people flying at the field, I bring this plane out. It's not, last time I had a young man out here, and I got a couple flights with him with this thing, get him familiar with what is what. Because you know yourself that when the plane comes towards you, left is right and right is left. But this thing's not too intimidating. It flies really, like I'm not even touching it. Just briskly. I'm at maybe half power. I'm gonna scratch my nose here. Freaking mosquitoes! Oh, I got bit by a black fly. Anyways, that's how that goes. Beautiful plane. Come out here in the morning. Like I got rid of all my gas airplanes. I flew gas for 30, 40, well maybe about 50 years. No, not 50. Yeah, about 50 years. And I got, last maybe 10 years, I got rid of all my gas. Hooked up with a friend of mine, and he got me into electric. I mean, it has its advantage, disadvantage. The advantage is I can come out here at 6 o'clock in the morning, and this thing's flying around. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm gonna slow it down here. It's a little bit too fast. Slow it down, Mark. There we go. That's about a quarter power. Yeah, so you come out here in the morning, you fly around, and you're not bothering anybody. As long as you have a good setup, I got a chargers in the shed. I got two 30-watt panels with a deep cycle battery. I got a high-tech charger. I could charge 4 batteries at the same time. So the whole trick is if you're flying around, and if you don't discharge it, but maybe below 40, let's say you got 40% less left on your battery, well then it doesn't take that much energy to top it back up. So that's the advantage of if you're, try to get organized a little bit. But this thing is just amazing. Like right now, maybe not quite a quarter. Yeah, about a quarter power. Look at that. And some days I'm going to try something here. I'm going to get it trimmed up a little bit. I'm going to give this a bit more power. I'm going to try something for you guys. There, get more power. Then I'm going to trim it. I'm going to trim the elevator a bit. I'm going to give it full rudder on that side. And there she is. Transmitter's on the ground. Plane's up in the air. You're just going to fly around and fly around. And the transmitter's on the ground. And she's up in the air. Just flying in a circle. So, put the trim back a little bit. Now, head back into the wind. Head back into the wind, Mark. There we go. And she's just, that's about, about half power. So we're gonna, a little bit of a breeze, but it's handling the breeze pretty good. No problem there. I got the camera in my hand here, so I'm trying to record all this while holding this darn transmitter with the other hand. So you're going to shut it right off. There, no motor at all. Throttle's right down. And that's what's nice about electric, because when you're actually trying to teach somebody how to fly, you don't have to worry about flame outs with a glow engine. I mean, touch on wood, of all the planes I had, all the engines I had, I never had any issues with any of my motors. Once they're set up, and you make sure they're clean, you have good fuel and fuel filters and all that. But for me, with this electric stuff, like right, the motor's she's still off. Maybe I'll do a dead stick landing. Yeah, I'll be able to do a dead stick landing here. So I'm going to try something. I got the camera in my hand here, so I'm going to hope for the best here. I'm going to do a dead stick landing. I'm going to come this way. Still got the camera in my hand. So I'm going to do a dead stick landing. I got the transmitter in the other hand, as you see. And we're going to go down this way and head her back into the wind. Okay. Oh no, we're not going to make it. Well, anyways, that's my dead stick landing. Probably get in the water. Anyway, 73, some 108 Ontario. Catch you later.